Hello everybody, my name is Senkara and welcome back to another episode of... If you don't know what we're doing today, be sure to check out the previous episode in which we did Self-Love Part 1, the side story. Now it's on to Self-Love Part 2, supposedly the final side story, though I'm not sure if I truly believe that. We also have a lot of content here to unlock, right? We've got one more wallpaper, which I assume will be unlocked after this one. Presumably. We've also got 3 more poems. I know one of them's a special one, at least. That one's probably a special one, too. And I don't know what this one is. That one's a Yuri one, right? Yeah, definitely. This one is a Yuri one, so that could potentially be unlocked. So that's confusing. We also have three more artworks to unlock, which are supposedly from side stories, let's say coming after the side stories. There's gotta be definitely at least one, but I can't imagine them cramming 3 into a single side story. So my theory is that there are actually a few more side stories to unlock. At least 2 more, or at least 2 parts more. I'm not sure how to get them, but I do have a theory. So stick around for that. I'll explain afterwards. But without further ado, let's get into Self-Love, Part 2. Friggin' rhyme. I'm a poet already. Look at me go. Getting into the spirit of poetry. Hey. The music! I love this music. This one's good. Oh, hello. I almost thought you weren't coming today. Yeah, well, lunch is already more than halfway over. Natsuki had typically been meeting Yuri in the stairwell much earlier, since it had been a good way of dodging her friends when she didn't feel like seeing them. Today she's holding a large plastic container in both hands. She brings some bacon. Did she bring some bacon? Is she participating in this bake sale here? I ran into my friends, so I hung out with them for a while. Is that so? Yeah. I was in a good mood today, so I figured I should. I hadn't seen them in a while, which I had to come up with an excuse for, but I expected that. Plus, I have way more of these than I know what to do with, so I figured I'd share with them too. As she sits down, Natsuki opens the lid of her container. You made cupcakes. You know it. It's been a while at this point, so I figured it was about time again. You can take one if you want. Yuri takes a cupcake and carefully twirls it between her fingers. Me too, Yuri. Finding the best place to take a bite, I understand. It's brown with dark green frosting, immaculately shaped into a floral pattern, and topped with some kind of glittery powder. Oh, Natsuki, you're amazing! I can just imagine it. It sounds so beautiful. Natsuki's amazing. How pretty. I just ate, so I may not be able to finish it. Are they for the club? Yeah, I guess so. I didn't really think about it, I just made them. I just thought that because green is Monica's favorite color, right? Well, yeah, but that's not really... Yuri takes a small bite. This is green tea flavored. It's green tea flavored. She likes tea. Yuri likes tea. They were for Yuri, not Monica. I love green tea. Oh, you do? I totally didn't know that. It's not like I made them for you or anything. Like, it's just a random idea I wanted to try. So, what a coincidence. Don't laugh at me. I'm not. I just feel happy. Oh, sorry. Usually Never mind. What I mean is that I'm glad. Sorry for saying dumb things again. It's usually her friends laugh at her. Yeah, I get it. I just wanted to do something nice. She was talking about that. Yeah, I remember. And this is something I happen to be good at. And I do know that you like them from past experience. Yuri turns red, recalling the time she treated to herself rather generously to Natsuki's cupcakes. Ironically, her mouth was too full of cupcake for her to stammer an excuse, so she just settles for a disapproving look. How did you get into baking? Oh, well, I don't know. It just kind of always appealed to me. Well, a few years ago I read this one manga with a lot of baking, so I got super into it for a while. I was probably making stuff almost every day. But it's something that I always knew I liked anyway. It's like baking is like art, but when you get good at it, it becomes more delicious too. Yeah, and art gets more better to look at. Yeah. I'm struggling to imagine myself putting my heart into something so artistic, knowing that it would just be eaten afterwards. Yeah, maybe. You're too practical for it. Yeah, I think I prefer being on the receiving end. That's my other favorite part about it. It's something I can do that makes a lot of people happy, like, unconditionally. This is what I'm doing right here with someone like, I love that. I love that she loves that, damn it. Everyone is always so thankful, and in the moment you get, like, the bringer of joy. You get to be like the bringer of joy. I don't know, it just makes me feel valued. Yeah, I guess that. So were you able to make up with your friends today? There wasn't really anything to make up with them about. They weren't fighting or anything. I was wondering, but I didn't think so. You weren't? Maybe I misunderstood. It only turns into a fight if I lose my cool, and that's just unnecessary drama. Only makes things worse. Yeah, that's what I figured happened. She just avoided the conflict, because she's Natsuki. She does that. So, they're not going to stop? I mean, it only happens sometimes anyway. It's just the way they are, and I'm the only one who ever has a problem with it. It's not worth it. Especially since I have somewhere to go now when I don't feel like hanging out with them. Oh, I see. The cupcake's empty foil wrapper audibly crinkles as Yuri clenches a fist. You know, she's not just hanging out with you because she doesn't want to hang out with them, Yuri. I feel like that's what Yuri's thinking right now, and she's got the completely wrong idea. Obviously, Natsuki actually does want to be here. I'm glad that the situation is resolved, and that you don't have to avoid them anymore. Of course, that's also what she would be thinking. Now that it's resolved, Natsuki wouldn't be hanging out with her anymore. Yeah, me too. But it doesn't have to be that way. Oh, you two are so stupid! And I don't have to bother you during your alone time anymore. I'm sure you have a lot of reading to catch up on. Yeah. They're too busy worrying about each other. They're not speaking their own feelings, damn it, and I understand, damn it! I know that cupcakes are basically nothing compared to all the stuff you've done for me. What? What are you talking about? Oh. Yeah, I see what you're talking about, but no. No! But it's the best I can do. So, you can have the rest of them. Natsuki grabs the box and slides it over to Yuri's feet. Yuri stares at the box. Then she shakes her head and slides them back. You should save them for your other friends. But I made them for you. Natsuki's voice whines as she protests. I know. And I like them very much, exactly as you thought. You succeeded. But I know you care about making your other friends happy too. And if this is the way you know how to make that happen, then I'm not going to take it from you. No, they were for making you happy. You make me happy? You're worth more than cupcakes to some people. Wait, what? Oh, I completely misread that. You make me happy. You're worth more than cupcakes to some people. That's why they want to spend time with you. And be your friend. Oh no. Without warning, tears pour from Natsuki's eyes. Just reading that makes me cry. Oh no. My girl is crying, then I'm crying, okay? That's how we do it. She pulls her knees to her chest and starts sobbing into her arms. Oh, I don't want to imagine that. It hurts me. It hurts me. Natsuki, I'm such a bad person. Yuri stammers, feeling panicked. I didn't mean to say something bad. Natsuki shakes her head and wipes her eyes. You didn't. I just... Natsuki tries to choke back her sobs, but struggles to speak through them. Man, boys. When Natsuki finally lets out her feelings, we all let out our feelings, okay? We're all sad when Natsuki finally be sad. When any tsundere girl finally be sad, we all be sad, okay? That's how it goes. I just really hate myself sometimes. And it feels so wrong when you say those nice things to me. You're a great person, Natsuki. Why would you hate yourself? I love you. Like I don't deserve it. I'm sorry. No, I am. I'm so difficult. And I can't think of even a single thing about myself that somebody would like. Are you kidding me? Right meow, you sound exactly like all the Natsuki haters out there. You sound like a Yuri fan right now. And she likes Yuri, damn it! No, you kidding? And I hated myself for bothering you during lunch. I just thought it was my chance to be a good person, like to be nice and do the things you wrote about in the letter. I knew if I tried in the club, Sayuri and Monica would be super annoying and make a huge deal about it. You know, I think a lot of those negative things too about myself. I never felt like a good person. I always scrutinize everything I say, and later I feel like I said all the wrong things. And I just spend so much time thinking about myself, hating myself, and feeling like everyone else must hate me too. So, I understand some of that through my own experience. Now, I'd like to just hone in on a little something she said here. Sorry to interrupt, but I spend so much time thinking about myself, right? Now, obviously, she goes on hating herself and feeling like everyone else must hate me too. But that's the key part, thinking about myself. And that is why people say that, you know, that's why it's a little selfish to hate yourself. Because there are people out there who do love you for who you are. And people do love you, okay? People like you. And you hating yourself, you're not thinking about those people who love you, okay? And that is why relationships get ruined from self-hate, is because you're not thinking about the other person. You're always thinking about yourself. I just wanted to throw that out there for anyone else who was feeling like Yuri does. Because I've been there too, you know, I get it. I understand exactly what they're saying. And it is selfish, it is. Because you're always thinking about yourself and, you know, you're just hating on yourself rather than making other people happy, which you could be doing instead. And that's a good thing, okay? If you're actively trying to make people happy, then you have no reason to hate yourself. Like, you have no reason. There can be things about you don't like, and that's okay. You can change those things. That's alright. But you're not a bad person if you're trying to make other people better. And that's why I wanted to write the letter and express my feelings. It pained me to see those things in someone else that I saw in myself. Natsuki sniffles. Yuri rustles through her bag and pulls out some tissues, then hands them to Natsuki. Thank you, Yuri. I needed those. Visual novels plus being sad. Not a good combination. Monica told me that it takes a good person to reflect on these things. 100%. Monica knows what's up. The desire to improve myself. That makes you a good person. So don't worry so much. Also, there are things about you that people would like, so... Everything that Yuri is saying, I just want you to take that in. The desire to make yourself better and be a good person is what makes you a good person. Like what? Are you kidding? So many things. Like how you're fun for people to be around, and you're not shy, and you know how to make people laugh, and you're very passionate about things, and you know how to take the lead, and you care a lot about other people, and just a lot of things. Almost got choked up reading that, because thank you for putting it into words for me, Yuri, and allowing me to say those things about Natsuki. Oh. It's true. Well, now you're making me feel really embarrassed. Well, you're the one who asked. And don't you think I feel embarrassed? Natsuki tries to hide a smile, then she sighs as it fades again. Every time I come here, I always think it's the last time, but then I keep coming back for some reason. Is that bad? Just really confusing. I mean, my friends and I go way back, so ditching them all the time feels like, I don't know. Feels like what? I get that. Oh, I understand. I had friends like this when I first joined Hillcrest. Don't get me wrong, they were great. I loved them and all. We didn't go way back, of course, so obviously it's much harder for Natsuki. But I had friends, became friends with, like, you know, the popular kids. You know, on my first day, because they were just in my form class, and they were like, oh, yo, you can hang out with us, new kid, because I was a new kid on the block, you know, because I only went to Hillcrest, during my second to last year. Anyway, point is, yeah, they weren't really from me. I didn't really like the popular group, the in crowd. One of them in particular, Natalia, I really liked her. She was great. She was pretty awesome, very accepting. But yeah, the others, when I tried hanging out with other people, they're like, bruh, where were you? Excuse me. And eventually they did get mad when I ended up leaving their group, but found Hannah and Taylor and Shania instead, and so it was great. No regrets. Feels like what? So my point is, Natsuki and anyone else in her situation, you should find a friend like Yuri. Find someone that you actually love and want to be with. It doesn't mean you have to stop being friends with everyone else. I mean, that's their decision, really. Natsuki's voice gets quiet. Maybe I'm scared that they'll get mad at me. And they might. And again, that's their problem. I really don't know what to do. She pauses. Yuri stares into the distance, tracing her eyes along the patterns of the floor tiles while she thinks to herself. What would you do, hypothetically, if your friends were happy for you instead of mad at you? Happy for what? Happy that your new club is making you happy. Well, that's just not a fair hypothetical. Natsuki says that, but with little confidence in her voice. I always told myself that I don't rely on the approval of others to be happy. And I still feel that way, but I'm spending time with people who put me down whenever I don't have their approval. And that's not good. That's probably what's making me feel so confused. Because I'm threatened out of the things that should make me happy. So no matter what, it's like I have to be unhappy to be happy. It's making my head hurt. That must make it really difficult to feel comfortable with yourself. Being made to feel like you're wrong just for being the person you are. It really goes against everything I believe in, doesn't it? It goes against the kind of person I want to be. I'm fed up with it. That's my girl. I'm fed up with a lot of things. Natsuki presses her palms into her forehead and shakes her head. That's the one, man. This is why we love Natsuki. I know what's best for me, but I keep convincing myself out of it. It's so much easier to be comfortably unhappy than to do something so scary. Oh! To do what? You know, to end it with them? Natsuki nods. I didn't think you were actively considering that as an option. I wasn't until recently. It's just one of those things where, like, it's been a certain way for so long that you just get used to it. Like, so much of you has gone into it. So much that it feels like that's just how your life is. And throwing it away is like throwing away such a big part of your life. And it makes me feel sick to think about it. Natsuki sighs. It's just really scary. It's terrifying. What are you scared of? I don't know, a lot of things. Got so much to talk about on satisfaction videos. Those satisfaction shorts I'm talking about. This will be one of them. Like being alone, not having anyone to talk or hang out with, not being able to replace what I have with them. And I don't want them to hate me. And I'm scared they'll hurt me for going against them. Physically? Not physically, but... Yuri clenches her fists. Natsuki, what? If anyone even thinks to cause you harm, I will unleash hell upon them. You go, Yuri. Me too. Let's join Yuri gang and unleash some hell. Natsuki snorts in laughter. Don't laugh at me. Sorry, I like that. That's all. Oh. Well, I meant it. I know you did. Natsuki gives Yuri an endearing look. I needed it. As the conversation lapses, Natsuki again slides her box of cupcakes over to Yuri. So, one thing I've been confused about ever since, Reflection, is how did they get from this to how they were at the start of the game? Something doesn't add up here. Just take them, okay? I don't want other people to have them anymore. Are you sure? Natsuki nods. I'm sure. I will then. I'll enjoy them. Natsuki looks away, but a feeling of warmth spreads through her. Me too. She holds on to that feeling, knowing it will give her courage. Please don't be the end. Don't end right there. Okay, good. Phew. Ah, you're here first today. And you brought reading material. Natsuki is sitting in her usual spot, this time holding a volume of manga while her lunch sits beside her. Yuri sits down as well and opens her own book. It sucks when a good series has to come to an end. Don't say that! No! They're hitting you with the, it's bad when a series comes to an end, they say in the last episode. How dare you? Like it's such a big part of your life, then one day there's just nothing left. Makes you feel so empty. Uh-huh. Unfortunately, I'm about to experience that myself. I'm on the last book of the series, and I'm on the last side story! That sucks. But there's also something satisfying about letting a story conclude. I don't know if I'd want it to go on forever. Maybe. But there are some things that I wish could. On the other hand, have you ever read something that overstayed its welcome? Yeah, definitely. I can think of at least one thing I've read that got pretty unbearable like halfway through, and the ending really sucked. So, it sucks when something good has to end, but it also sucks when they just keep inventing more plot until you don't like it anymore. I guess it sucks either way. Well, that's the nature of all things. They come to an end. The two fall silent. Then they slowly eat, making their way through their respective reading material. Except, Natsuki doesn't seem to be touching her food at all. You don't go out during the weekends, right? Excuse me? Like, with friends, at the mall or downtown or whatever? I'm not a total shut-in, you know? Oh, my bad for making assumptions. Well, I'm sure I go out less often than other people like you and others in the club. I don't really meet with friends and arbitrarily spend time like that. I'm usually meeting with my board game group. You have a board game group? Oh my goodness, board game group? It doesn't matter. It's more nerdy stuff. Why do you ask, anyway? I was just curious. I realized that I couldn't picture it, so I was just curious. Yuri looks at Natsuki and realizes she's shaking. Natsuki's shaking? Natsuki wants to ask you to hang out with her. I mean, that's obvious. Don't look at me like that. Sorry. Natsuki pulls her knees into her chest and puts her head down. Just picturing it, like, whenever I read that, I can see it so clearly in my mind, and, ugh. It hits hard, man. Just seeing Natsuki be like that. Be vulnerable like that. Because she's always so strong and, keeps her emotions deep inside. Much like the poem she wrote to Sayori, which was amazing. But yeah, seeing Natsuki be vulnerable and really being herself. She's always herself, but, you know, she keeps the most important part of her hidden. So seeing it come out is really, really encouraging for me. I can't take this. Did I do something? Yuri gets flustered, her mind racing over what she may have said or done. I did. I ended it. Oh. I texted them earlier telling them. And then I just blocked them because I'm so afraid of their responses. And now it feels like I'm dying inside. We didn't have to go that far. Oh. That's... I'm sorry. Totally unsure of what to do, Yuri can barely find any words of support to offer. Well, I mean, what do you say in times like this? For me, I just go the logical route and go, well, you don't have to block them, it's okay. You can hear their responses, and hopefully it will be good. Hopefully. And if it's not, well, that sucks, but blocking them can't make things any better. That's for sure. Meanwhile, the sound of Natsuki's unusually hard breathing fills the air. I'm also really curious as to what exactly Natsuki said to them. Like, did she speak her mind, or did she just say, I don't want to be friends with you guys anymore, bye! Like, because that's no good. I don't think Natsuki would have said that. Then she speaks again, barely above a whisper. Help me. You know, that's the only words I need to hear. I feel sick and want to hit my head against things. Please help, I can't take this. You may be having a panic attack. With that realization, Yuri's demeanor suddenly changes. I have experience with this, so I'll help you through it, okay? Natsuki meekly nods through a rapid breath, head still buried in her knees. Yuri slides herself over to Natsuki and sits on the step behind her. You know something? Hearing the words help me, or save me, or anything like that, that's what gets me going, you know? That's what gets me going. That's the only words that I need to hear. When did I talk about this? Was it in, Dai Psycho, wasn't it? Yeah, it was in Dai Psycho when I was just talking about this, just the other day. But, yeah, those words are what gets me fired up, and I will do anything. Those are the only words that you need when you're hurting like this. Just say that. Just accept help, because until you say that, there's not a lot that people can do. You know, we can try to help, and we can do our best, but until you actually accept the help and want it, there's only so much that we can do. Which is why... You know, it's not my protagonist god complex coming in here. It's that when someone actually says help me, that's when I can really help them. And that's the most important thing to me. Yuri slides herself over to Natsuki and sits on the step behind her. She then puts her hands on Natsuki's shoulders. Can you feel my hands? Natsuki nods, her shaking become more apparent through Yuri's sense of touch. I would hope so. She's having a panic attack, not a loss of feeling. She doesn't have the COVID. Yuri keeps her voice low and gentle. You're safe right now. You're in a good, safe place, where nothing can hurt you. Natsuki nods once more. Although Yuri is only touching Natsuki's shoulders, she can practically feel her racing pulse through the base of her neck. Well, we'll do a breathing exercise together. All you have to do is listen to my breaths and breathe along with me. Let's breathe in now. Yuri takes a deep, slow breath. Beneath her hand, she feels Natsuki's shoulders rise as Natsuki takes a breath of her own, trying to mimic Yuri. They exhale together, although Natsuki's breath shakes on the way out. That's good. Let's keep going. Yuri breathes in once more and Natsuki joins her. They continue like that for a few more cycles, while Yuri closely monitors. Eventually, Yuri feels Natsuki rest more of her weight onto Yuri's palms. Let's focus on the physical world. All you have to do is focus on the feeling of your breaths going in and out, and the weight of my hands on your shoulders. You're in a safe and comfortable space. Everyone do it with me. Minutes pass in silence. By now, the worst of it is past, but Yuri is determined not to move away until Natsuki prompts her to. Meanwhile, Natsuki has lifted her head off her knees and her breathing is mostly steadied. Then, while she takes a final deep breath and slowly pulls herself to her feet, causing Yuri to let go, she stretches her arms. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to freak out. I don't know what my deal is. You don't have to apologize. This must be enormously stressful for you. Is that going to keep happening? It may or it may not. We can take measures to help prevent it in the future, but I think it will be naturally get better over time. This is so sweet. Natsuki motions to sit back down again, so Yuri moves over. Like, just the way they're interacting makes me want to cry, man. It's so sweet. Yuri turns away to pick up her open book from the dusty floor, which she had hastily set down earlier. She brushes the dust off the cover. I don't think I could have gotten through that alone. It's good that you know that, Natsuki. That's the most important thing, because you're not alone. Feeling shy again, Yuri speaks into her own lap. You'll never be alone again. From now on, you don't have to do anything alone. 100%. As she says that, Yuri tenses up. It's rare for her to so openly share her thoughts, but something about Natsuki, of all people, makes it so much more natural to do so. It does, doesn't it? It does. I love that. Perhaps because Yuri, like Natsuki, is so timid and uncertain of herself. Natsuki does such a good job at hiding it that it's taken a long time for Yuri to finally realize it. I think that's what most people don't realize about Natsuki as well. But I noticed that right from the beginning. It's so obvious to me. And because of that, Yuri is able to deliver the reassurance that she herself would have wanted. Demonstrating that you do deserve the love of others. If you can accept that for the first time, then perhaps you can begin the tumultuous journey of learning to love yourself. I'm feeling that too right now. Oh, look at these two. Look at these two. I'm in love. Do you really mean that? You're probably going to regret saying that if you do. How so? Because I would never regret saying such a thing. I'm probably going to have a lot of free time during the weekends from now on. So you're giving me permission to be as annoying as I want and drag you around to a lot of places. I see. But you already said it, so you can't take it back now. Well, I suppose I have no choice but to accept that responsibility then. It's a responsibility that I am okay with accepting. I know a good ice cream place. Oh. So cute. That means you'll finally figure out my favorite ice cream flavor? Huh? What are you talking about? Oh, you don't remember? I forgot about that too, but now that she's mentioned it, that does sound kind of familiar. Oh yeah, that's what happened. The first day you came to the club, you guessed everyone's favorite ice cream flavor, but for me you said you had no idea. Seriously? Yeah, I remember now. I remember that. I don't remember that at all. Oh wait, yes I do. I said it was probably green tea. Yuri shakes her head. It's a good guess, but my favorite is usually to get chocolate and raspberry together. Oh, that's a good combination. That's a good one, Yuri. Chocolate and raspberry? How fancy. How is that fancy? It's pretty fancy. Oh, I don't know. I feel like I should have guessed something like that. Well, maybe next time I'll try chocolate and strawberry. Even better. Hey, strawberry is my favorite. Me too. What a coincidence. I think it helps to have something to look forward to. I still have this sick feeling in my stomach. But it's easier now to convince myself that I did the right thing. Is there anything better I could be doing? Not that I know of. I hate seeing Natsuki sad like that, but I also love it at the same time. There's nothing that'll make this easy for me. Sorry, I'm just admiring Natsuki, don't mind me. And you already said more than I thought anyone could. Come to think of it, we never talked about the letter you wrote. Yes, can we please talk about that? I want to know what the hell she wrote. But I feel like we're past that at this point. I don't even know what to talk about. Except that I think it helped me understand my needs a little better. The way I like to be treated, and the kinds of friends I want to have. That's why I wanted to start coming here in the first place, even though I was so scared of causing more problems. I thought it was a coincidence that you ran into me here initially. Oh, you're so silly, Yuri. You're such a silly sausage. See, this is why you need to read manga, so you can understand the ways of the tsundere. Oh, well, not exactly. What do you mean? Nothing. Oh, Natsuki. I may have tracked you down first. With the help of Sayuri. But you said... Never believe a tsundere in a coincidental situation. I was shy, okay? I wasn't ready to, whatever, you know what I'm saying. Well, I guess I'm glad that you worked up the courage. Even if it was in your own way. I can tell that you've been making a lot of difficult decisions. It's brave and it will make things better in the long run. I think anyone would be proud of you for it. I know I am! Anyone? Uh-huh. I certainly am. I know about the rest of you. You mean, like you? Well, yes. Yes! Look at her face when she says that. Like me. You know, I could get used to this. As long as you don't tease me too much. Fine. Just a little then. That's fine. I know how uncertain everything feels to you right now, but I really do think good things are in store. Those are my honest feelings. Thanks. Feels nice to be reassured. So sweet. The two girls continue their conversation through the remainder of lunch, but a new feeling hangs in the air. A feeling of greater certainty in their path forward. In just a few hours, there will be another literature club meeting, where the 4 members will happily spend time together. Each of them, all with their own special qualities, have something unique that they can deliver to one another. Through friendship and literature, the club members will continue to grow and find new happiness together. The end of each chapter is the start of the next. It better be the start of another, Yuri thinks to herself. Since she's about to finish her long-running series, it would be best to save a new book lined up. Perhaps this weekend would be a good time to visit the bookstore. Perhaps it would. Together. Oh, yes. Yes. Damn it, that's the end! And there's no other side story. No! There's 2 pictures. What have we got? Okay, see what I mean? There's no... Where is this wallpaper at, huh? Where's that wallpaper at? And we got this one. And where are these two at, huh? Where are these two at? I'm sure there's gotta... It says there's only 6, though. What? 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 Okay, well, it didn't have the pink circle, but here we go. Equals. Now we're talking. I'm looking forward to that. That sounds fun. Equals, huh? Sparkle, sparkle. Epic. Epic. We do have another side story. Is it going to be extra long, or is it just going to be normal length and there's only one? That would be sad. I hope it's extra long. Maybe. I don't know, actually. But anyway, sad that it's coming to an end. We got more mail to unlock, too, though, I'm pretty sure. There is more stuff to unlock, and I want it all. I want it all. You want it? Know that you want it. The fame and the fortune and all. I want it all. Anyway. I want this poem, too. Where do I get that? Where do I get this poem, damn it? And these, well, I know how to get these. I know how to get these, and I'm gonna get them. Which means I'm gonna have to play through the game again. Don't worry, I won't put you all through that again, but I'm gonna have to play the game again to get the true ending, as it were. So I don't actually know what happens in the true ending, but I've got all of the CGs, so should be able to unlock it now. I hope. I might play through Natsuki's again, just in case I need to do that and, like, get them all at once, but I'm pretty sure it should be fine. But I ain't complaining about playing Natsuki's route again. I mean, like, come on. And maybe I'll go for Yuri's route, like, for real, in Act 2. Maybe that'll get me this final poem. Maybe. I've never done that before. I've always just gone for Natsuki and hoped that it would be different. But yeah, let's try going for Yuri next time, and, I won't play through it, like, on the channel. We've already gone through it enough. So if you guys want to see it, then sorry, you'll have to do it for yourself. But yeah, I mean, maybe I can live stream it. Let me know if you guys actually want to see it, in which case I'll live stream it, but I won't make a proper video out of it, because that's just going to be a waste of everyone's time. We could be doing more games instead. But I will show the true ending when I get to it, and maybe have a long conversation with Monica. I guess we'll find out how that goes. And, yeah. That's been Doki Doki Side Stories. There is one more. This does look like it's the final. Equals. Very much looking forward to that. So be sure to subscribe. And hit the bell icon to be notified of when that comes out, and also satisfy me and whatnot. And, yeah. Hit like and a comment below, if you enjoyed. And, yeah. That was good. That was good, man. That was good. I need to make videos just about everything that has been spoken about in the side stories. And I will. They'll probably come in the form of shorts, but maybe. We've got a lot of content now, so I might be able to make a proper Satisfaction Saturday out of it. Like I said, Satisfaction Saturday is still coming. I just need to get some stuff for it, get some clips from Yu-Gi-Oh! For it, and I just have been fed up with schoolwork and a little bit lazy, to be honest, so I just need to get onto that. Hopefully it will be coming out this week, so be sure to subscribe for that as well. If you don't know what Satisfaction Saturday is, be sure to check out the playlist on the channel. It's a great series, everyone's loving it, and very much looking forward to finally continuing it properly. I haven't given up on any of the goals, don't you worry. Satisfaction's still coming. It just hasn't been much to actually make a proper video about, so hope you all understand. And yeah, thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. My name has been Senkara. Until next time, see ya.